Okay, let's unpack this. The United States is staring down a massive milestone. I mean, 2026 marks the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Right, a quarter of a millennium. And naturally, you can't have a historic moment like that without the commemorative machinery spinning up full blast.
Exactly. So today we're jumping into a specific piece of that machinery. We've got the product sheets and promotional copy right here. We're doing a deep dive on the Trump 250th anniversary Golden Badge.
Yeah, it's a fascinating case study in modern memorabilia. And our mission today isn't just to look at a shiny object, but to really decode the marketing behind it. Is this a legitimate collectible, or is it just mass-produced nostalgia designed to gather dust?
Right, and I have to admit, mass-produced is exactly where my head goes first. I'm pretty skeptical. When I see Golden Badge, I immediately wonder if I'm just buying a piece of plastic painted yellow. Physically, what are we actually holding here? Is this thing solid gold?
So that is the first distinction we need to make. The source material is very careful with its wording. They emphasize a brilliant 24-karat gold finish.
Finish. Yeah, that is the operative word there.
Huge distinction.
Yeah.
You aren't buying a block of bullion. You're buying a base metal item with high-quality plating.
I see. So it's...
But they're leaning heavily into the tactile experience. The specs mention a substantial weight and a custom stars and stripes handle.
Oh, okay.
They explicitly state, this is the work of skilled artisans. They don't want this to feel like a toy. They want it to feel like actual hardware.
So the argument is that it has heft. It's meant to feel permanent and not just become shelf clutter.
Precisely. They contrast it against disposable culture. The pitch is that you aren't buying merchandise, you're buying an heirloom. The idea is that you buy this to pass it down, to tell your family's story and show future generations where you stood during this specific era.
That actually pivots us into the psychology of this, which I found way more interesting than the metallurgy. The language used in the promo material is intense. It's not just, hey, buy this cool bag.
Oh, absolutely. It's textbook identity marketing.
Yeah.
I was really struck by the phrase quiet courage.
Quiet courage for owning a collectible.
That's the narrative. The source material asserts that owning or displaying this badge is an act of quiet courage. They frame the buyer not just as a consumer, but as someone rejecting the narrative of decline.
I see.
It's designed to make you feel like you're part of a specific community of patriots who are holding the line back to the values of 1776.
It's clever framing. It turns a transaction into a moral stance. You aren't just spending money, you're keeping the flame of liberty burning, to quote the text.
And it acts as a signal. The source calls it a tangible link to President Trump's vision.
Right.
If you feel like your patriotism is being challenged or silenced, which is a common theme in this political sphere, this badge is presented as your political rebuttal.
Okay, that explains the why. Let's switch gears to the consumer protection side. Marketing emotional safety is one thing, but buying collectibles online is the Wild West. They claim this is strictly limited. Is that real scarcity?
It's likely a mix, but they're using the classic FOMO driver.
Yeah.
Once gone, it's gone forever. We don't have a visible production cap number in the sources, but they are definitely leveraging urgency.
Right. And what happens if it shows up and that gold finish is scratched or just looks cheap?
They've anticipated that hesitation. The documents highlight a satisfaction guarantee. If it arrives damaged, they promise a replacement and no cost. Plus, it comes with a certificate of authenticity.
Which matters for the heirloom aspect we talked about.
It does. It adds a layer of officialdom. It lowers the barrier to entry for someone who might be skeptical about ordering online. It's framed as a risk-free way to own a piece of history.
So bringing this all together, if you're looking to grab one, we've got a link in the descriptions below. But let's get to the verdict. Is it worth your money?
I would be very cautious viewing this purely as a financial investment. Collectibles are notoriously volatile. However, if you look at value through the lens of the source material, call it an emotional ROI, it's a different story.
Emotional ROI.
If you are the target audience and you view patriotism as an active stance, and you want a permanent physical symbol of your political alignment to leave as a legacy, then the source argues it is a necessary investment.
That makes sense. It's worth it if the message resonates with you personally.
Exactly. The value isn't in the resale price, it's in the legacy it represents for that specific buyer.
It leaves us with a lingering question, though. We talk about these objects as heirlooms that carry the torch of liberty, but it makes you wonder, does the spirit of patriotism actually require a gold finish to be real? Or is that spirit something internal that doesn't require a badge to prove it exists? Something to think about. Thanks for joining this deep dive.